Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona. This is Sandy, and I'm making black gold. That's right, compost for my gardens, right in my kitchen. And how am I going to do that? I have the Karfo composter. It's a countertop composter for your kitchen so that you're not wasting anything. Nothing's going in the trash. It's not too cold in the wintertime, and you don't want to go out to your compost pile. So I've actually made 5 different batches since I've gotten this composter. And I tried to use a lot of different items, vegetables, fruits, breads, eggshells, a lot of different things so that I could get a real feel for how much dry things, how much more liquidy fruits and vegetables I could put to make a good combination. Now, the Karfo composter comes with an instruction booklet. If you don't have a lot of things in it, you can just put it on for the small batch. It takes about 2.5 hours. If you fill it all the way up, you're going to put it for 5 hours. And it's just a touch of the button. One of the things I liked on their website was it said to be a eco warrior. I'm an eco warrior. I'm turning my vegetable fruit scraps, my bread that gets too old, my sourdough bread that gets too old and I haven't used it all up, into gold. Black gold. Let me show you how it works. First, let me introduce you to my BFF, my new kitchen best friend forever. That's right. I received it in the mail. I'm going to unbox it. And first of all, when you get it in the mail, it is packed very well. There's the manual that comes with it, gives you the ins and outs, what it can do, all the recommendations, and they also have that on their website too. So this is the EcoStar S1 Black Composter by Karfo. And you just press the button to open it up. It's just on my kitchen table right now. I'm going to take everything apart and put it back together. I have to take the plastic off where they have the filter. They have a carbon filter in there, so that's the filter right there. And I'll take those little stickers off of there, and then I'll just put it back into the lid because it wants to make it so that there isn't any smells and odors that are going into your kitchen. So it has a carbon filter in there, and you shake it and you can hear that. It just slides in there, and then you just turn it a little bit and it locks in place. And that's all you have to do. It is so simple. Now, this is the actual container that you're going to put all of your vegetable and fruit scraps. You could actually put meat in there too. I have not tried the meat, but it does say that you can put it. I put eggshells, I put bread, anything that I would throw into my compost. And so it just slides right in there. You could actually clean it in the dishwasher, but towards the end of the video, I'm actually going to show you that it has a cleaning cycle that's built into the composter. Now, this is my very first try. I have some coffee, some tea bags, I have some vegetables, I have eggshells. I just want to see what it will do. On their website, they're putting great big pieces. For my first time, I am just going to cut it up a little bit more. Later on, because I did 5 different cycles, I put fairly large pieces because I wanted to see how it would work if I needed to really chop it up. But honestly, I do not have to chop it small like this. If you want to, you have time, it doesn't hurt anything at all. You just put it in there, right? Put a combination of fruits, vegetables. I'm not going to put the actual paper of the coffee filter in there because Joe uses a percolator. With my tea bags also, I am not going to put the actual tea bag in there. So I'm just scooping all of that stuff in there, and I'm just going to do a short cycle. It doesn't have very much stuff in here right now. I just want to see how it works. The short cycle is about 2.5 hours. It's not very much. Now you could store your product in here. They don't recommend that. So what I've done in my later cycles, I just put it on some cookie sheets. It made it so that the carrot peels and the slices of different things dried out a little bit. And because you want to be careful of how much liquid to dry ratio that you have, and see how you just press it. And so I'm just doing the quick cycle. And see, you can see the little design is like half full, and that's all you have to do. These are the 3 cycles: the quick, the standard, and the cleaning cycle. But I'm just going to hold it, and it starts it. And you can hear the slight hum of it and the rotation. So what really makes it different as a composter, it's heating and grinding to accelerate the breakdown. And that's why it can get done in less than 5 hours. You know, on the quick cycle, it's about 2 hours. Here's my second one. And I'm starting to put stuff in, and you can see everything is a lot larger on this time. But I want to test it. I want to see how it's going to work in different scenarios. So I'm actually going to pick the full standard cycle. And that takes about 5 hours. Really not a long time. And through all the different cycles that I did, I never had a bad smell in my kitchen. And this is what it looks like when it was done. It was amazing. From all of those vegetables and fruits. Now this is another one I'm doing. It has a lot more stuff in it. Now with this one, these are my last 2 cycles. You see the cookie sheets that I just let the items just dry there a little bit. Actually, they dried overnight. If you were going to let them sit for a while, I'd probably put a towel over top of them, just so that it's still breathable, but it doesn't attract anything. So it is full to the brim. Let me show you my 5 different ones. Now, this was my very first one. This one, I added some cranberry sauce on. Too much liquid, and it clumped together. But I am going to just send that through my Vitamix and crunch that all up. This was another one. Doesn't have eggshells. These are my 2 last ones when I completely filled them up. They have eggshells and they have banana peels and all of these different things. It worked perfect. If you want to clean it, you add a cup of water, you close the lid, you go to the cleaning cycle. So I'm just going to press that a couple times. There it is. And I'm just going to start it. Mine wasn't actually dirty inside. I just want to run it. And you can put this in the dishwasher. What could be simpler? What could be easier? It sits right on your counter. I do pull it out when I'm using it because there is heat, a little bit of heat that comes up, and I don't want that under my counters. I've used it 5 different times. Now, the only time I really didn't care for my product was the one that I added that cranberry sauce in there. I think it just coated it too much, but I have an idea. I'm actually going to send that through my food processor and chop it up, and it will still work perfect. But I think you learn as a composter what to put in, what ratios to put in, and that's why I wanted to do it 5 different times so that I would know exactly what the product could do. I really like adding the eggshells to it. I thought it really broke it up more. What do you have in your kitchen that you want to recycle, that you want to make into compost? Now, there are just so many great features to this. Now remember, could you open it up while it was running? You could, but the cycle starts over again. So you just have to remember that. Did I open it up on some of them? Yes, I did. Karfo, thank you so much. Now remember, here's your discount code. You can get $99 off of it. Off of this composter. You can be an eco warrior just like me. Thank you, Karfo, for sending this composter to me. I am going to use it and use it and use it. So it's still doing the cleaning cycle. And you might be able to hear it. I'm not sure. Let me go really close because I got my earbuds in. You might be able to hear it. There's a little bit of heat coming out. Like I told you before, I always pull it out onto my counter. Some people store these under their in their cabinets below. But for me, I have a space right here on my counter. It makes it easy. And really, it takes pennies to run the whole cycle. It's very eco for us gardeners. And we love anything that's eco-friendly. But I'm going to take some of my compost that I made and I'm going to add it to my house plants. I'm going to show you that real quick. Karfo compost for your counter. My new best friend. So I'm going to add some to my house plants today. So I'm going to move, I have vermiculite on top of my soil. So I'm going to move some of that. I'm going to add some of my compost. I'm going to work it in a little bit. And then I'm going to push that vermiculite back over. I like to put vermiculite on top of my soil just because it helps if you have any fruit flies or gnats or anything. Because houseplants are prone to get that. But this will, every time I water it, will just filter down into my plant and just add nutrients to it. And I'm going to go around and do all my different house plants. Don't forget to use that $99 off discount code today when you go over to Karfo's website. You can get it in white, you can get it in black. It's a very lovely, soft smell that the compost makes. And my house plants are going to love it. My garden plants are going to love it this spring. And I think it's a great addition when I put those seedlings in the ground to give it that extra boost. And I'm not putting anything in the landfill. I think it can actually reduce, if you use this composter all through the year, it can reduce your landfill up to about 127% they suggest. Because none of that's going into your trash can. You're recycling all your fruits, vegetable scraps, meat scraps. We don't usually have too much meat scraps because we have a puppy dog. Eggshells, stale breads, old crackers. Basically, the things that you can eat, you can compost. Just be careful not to put too much sugary things in at one time. It wants to coat everything like it did in my one jar when I added that cranberry sauce. But none of that is lost. Everything is going to be into my gardens and into my houseplants. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And you need a new kitchen best friend too. See you next time.